Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to this week's edition of 60 Minutes Nigeria. It is a weekly current affairs program where we dissect national issues. My name is Ego Sagbalao. On today's program, we'll be taking a look, an in-depth analysis of a national issue, one that has given cause for concern not only to citizens of this country, but to citizens in diaspora. And of course, world leaders have also shown interest. It has to do with the recent kidnap of over 300 secondary school boys from Katsina State Science Secondary School in Kankara. I must tell you that so many Nigerians are still lamenting what happened. The state governor, Masari, has also informed President Muhammadu Buhari about the development, about the situation, that the kidnappers have made contact. Boko Haram actually claimed responsibility for the kidnap, and we understand that some students were able to escape and have been reunited with their families, but so many others are still missing. So we are looking at that. Abducted students in Katsina State, as well as the security situation in the country. I have very distinguished personalities. I have with us a former labor leader of, a renowned labor leader in Edo State, and now a distinguished and respected clergyman, Reverend Olu Aderibigbe. Nice to have you with us today.
Good afternoon, boss.
Okay, I also have with us a very distinguished lecturer. He is Dr. Stanley Edobo. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
Okay. I also have a distinguished politician and, of course, a political analyst, Tony Alile. Nice to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So, my panelists will dissect this national issue that has given cause for concern. We'll start with Reverend Olu Aderibigbe, Abducted students in Katsina State, security situation in Nigeria. What's your take, sir?
Well, I want to sympathize with the families of those students. And I want to sympathize with the history of this nation. Sympathize in the sense that we have no security in the country. The country is prone. In fact, what is going on is worse than COVID-19. And to this extent, I think the present government at the national level, they are sleeping and they should wake up. Because we cannot continue like this. We are just talking about Kavara people, the 300 and something students that have been
kidnapped in Kankara.
Kidnapped in that state, in Katsina, in the hometown of the president of this country. There are many areas, in many states, and by the time the pressmen were shouting about the nation have been prone, that we are not secure, every state in the country of Nigeria, they have been occupied by the Boko Haram. They are in the forests of, especially in Edo State and others. For this now, it is time for us to wake up. One, we should now look for state security. Two, either we go on self-defense, let everybody begin to carry gun and find out how we can survive. And three, let every man or woman be conscious that security conscious, and make sure that we don't rely on any other person. We don't have security, we don't have police, we don't have soldiers, we don't have, let me put the military put to all. And by the time everybody is shouting that the president should wake up from sleeping, he's sleeping, he should wake up and retire all the service chiefs so that we can have peace in our country, or else there will be what we call protest of another sort must stop. So insecurity now must stop. And any nation that cannot provide security for its citizenry we will not survive crisis. We will not survive peace. And then there will be crisis, everybody will do things on his or her own. That is what is going on.
Thank you.
That's why you see the agitations that Fulani herdsmen are doing whatever they want to do. The Yoruba, whatever, want their own independent. Everybody now clamoring for restructuring. It's already time to restructure the nation. So everybody know and how to govern themselves and live in peace.
Thank you. We'll come back to you. Only today, the northern groups planned a protest in Katsina State, but we understand they were addressed by some government officials and they decided to shelve that protest. Well, it's all about bring back our boys. You remember bring back our girls. The incident that took place in Chibok some years ago, some persons believe that that actually contributed to the collapse of President Goodluck Jonathan, who did not win the election. That's a school of thought, but that may not be true. Okay, we have Dr. Stanley Edubo with us. What's your take on this situation?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Viewers, my stake in this issue is that Nigeria today, we are believing and relying on God,
Okay.
not on the security that the nation is supposed to give to us. Because the security of the nation has failed totally, woefully. If I have to score them as a lecturer, I don't think I can even give them 1%.
Now, that's very serious.
Yes.
So the situation is as serious as
It's
that?
as serious as that.
As a lecturer, you will even score the security
score 1%.
agencies 1%.
Why?
Okay.
I have my reasons.
Yes.
Why won't I score them? Because when I set the exam for my students, they write and I score them based on what they've written.
Okay.
Like what the military or the security of this country has written for everybody, and for me in particular, they've not written anything.
In terms of answers to your questions.
Yeah, they've not written anything because they cannot secure the citizen. Like what my reverend has rightly said, a nation that cannot protect its citizenry is doomed. Look at, these are children that are in the school.
School boys.
In the body school. Mr. Egosa, please, let us get our mind back. This is not the first time. This is the third time. If somebody made if something happened, we said, okay, it's a mistake. The second time is a mistake. But the third time is never a mistake. Repeating the same thing. 2014, Chibok, the girls were adopted. 2018, Dachi, they were equally adopted. 2020 again. I mean, they should wake up to their own primary responsibility. The service chiefs we have in the country today, they are all totally failure. I believe it is time for them to be what? Removed from the office. Let the presidency retire them. They don't have anything anymore as far as security to give to the nation. Let them bring in new blood so that they can inject new idea into the system of the security of this nation. Because the service chief are still marroning. You see, this incident happened. Which meeting have they had? None. Because they don't have what to say. What is other strategy they are putting in place? Even when the issue, if we talk about security, the president, the number one citizen of this country, is going to his own state and his own town. Are they not supposed to be security at large there? Before he got there, days before that time. I remember when we were in the primary school in those days. If we say the president or the head of state is coming to Benue State, you will see all security in every nook and corner. Aeroplane flying all about. To make the place secured and intact for him, which means that the president is not even safe. If the president can go to his own state, and the day he got there, that was the evening that this incident happened, means it's not safe. If the president is not safe, who is then safe?
But the military has assured that the president is safe in Daura. He's actually in Daura.
That is what I'm saying.
Yes.
What did he start?
The Daura and Kaitara. What is the difference? What is the kilometer? What is the kilometer, for Christ's sake? They are just playing politics with this issue. I believe it is time the Nigerians should wake up. The way we took the bull by the horn, this time we are not leaving it for the youth. Everybody, all service chiefs must go.
Thank you.
Without no exception.
Thank you. We'll come back to you. Let's get the thoughts of Tony Alile on this issue, a very crucial one at that. Like I told you, so many Nigerians are really concerned about the security situation in the country, especially the adoption of over 300 schoolboys from the government science college in Katsina State. Yes, Tony Alile.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
First of all, I sympathize with the family of these boys, these school children that were adopted. I sympathize with the nation.
Okay.
Since that cannot come from the president, I think I'm in the position to tell the nation that we are grieving.
I think you are not the active president.
Well, I don't want to think that. Let me completely differ from my colleagues here that have spoken on this issue.
Okay.
Their point is geared towards a functioning system. They are providing solution in an ideal system. But unfortunately, I don't think what I am saying is an ideal situation. There is a motive behind all of these things that is yet to be unraveled for all of us to know what is going on. A situation where certain groups in the country can bear arms, sophisticated arms, not barrel, not 2-3 rounds of firearm, sophisticated weapon, AK-47, AK-49. They brandish them from point to point unchallenged, while the majority, over 95% of the citizen, is on their mercy. Something is wrong. That is what I expect us to be looking at. What is this that is so wrong that we cannot call spade a spade? Certain individuals carry arms and the others don't. When I walk on the street and I am found with a penknife to peel orange, I'll be prosecuted for carrying arms. But people walk about. I was in my village about 2 weeks ago in the Wonder local government. My ears were filled up from complaints from farmers, women, that they cannot even go to farm. They even pointed to 2 persons from the northern part of the country that lives in the community that you have to go and see in the morning to let them know you are going to the farm in your own place so that you don't get molested in the bush. And we are talking about service chief. Do we even have a country? Let's start with that. First of all, the way things are done in this country, I see that. I spent 33 years in America. I've seen things work in a place called country. We should stop calling this, we are not a nation, we are not country. Because I don't know what our southern leaders are doing. I don't know why they are so comfortable in their respective homes. Maybe because they have enough money to get this state security around them and forget about the other citizens. There is so much going on in the country that we need to sit back and think. If in a civilized clime, you don't even need to tell the president to ask this ineffective service chiefs to resign. The first incident that happened would have been enough for them to say, I don't think we are capable of handling this assignment given to us. They will resign honorably. But the whole country is calling on the president to say that these people, other than the fact they are ineffective, they have even exhausted their time. They've gone past their retirement age. Then there is a reason why the president and the commander-in-chief of this republic, as it's called, will allow what is going on to be happening. But again, do we have a president? Where is our president? I'll stop there for now.
Okay, we'll come back to you. You can see that this topic has generated a lot of emotion because my guests are really, really concerned about the security situation in the country, especially because of the welfare of these boys being kidnapped. You know, secondary school boys, they are really worried. But we must say we have a country, and we must say we have a president. We must say that, yes, there are challenges, and these challenges are meant to be surmounted. The issue now is, how do we surmount these challenges? These and other issues we will discuss on this program. But let's get more reaction from Reverend Luaderigbe. Now, I know you are very concerned about the state of affairs. Some persons believe that the security apparatus, security architecture, we need to review, they need to review their strategies. And some other persons believe that probably we need a state police. So you were actually hinting on that. So do you think this state police thing that really need to solve this problem?
Yes, let me first stand on a point.
Okay.
We have a country.
Okay.
We have a nation. Nigeria is our country.
Yes.
And we have nowhere to go. And God has proved the nation wrong. That if America can today be having problem with their election, and God can disappoint the owner of basket, and the owner of bucket, and use basket to fetch water, that's God for you. If God can allow Edo State, which is part of this country, conduct election without no problem, America is still battling. So we have a country, number one. Two, I think we should call the spade a spade. Two things is responsible for this thing that the last speaker just mentioned technically. Okay. One, an attempt to religionize the country. I won't talk more than that. Okay. That a particular religion should take over the nation. And they have to do it by first starting the problem within their own system. So if they can conquer their area, the rest, they can go about it.
But don't you think it's a few individuals that are trying to do that?
Why can't we fish out the few individuals? We're talking about security. Okay. It's because the cabal are there. It's because the present government, actually the president, has expired. According to the team of his party, his leader of APC, no one uses a drug and expire. It's no more effective. The man has expired. But we are talking the situation where they want to stabilize this country. Two is the second point is that people want to govern by cook and mess. They want to just come in a short course, and an attempt also to make sure that a particular cabal rule the nation. This is what is going on because like he said, there was an announcement in Edo State and another part in the South that every gun, every double barrel should be submitted to the state commission. And in the same area, you find some who carry AK-49 going about. And in the situation too that those who are our leaders, apart from political traditional rulers, the bread gained by deceit, it is sweet, later turned to gravel in their mouth. Many traditional rulers in this country, they close their eyes where their people are dying. So until the situation is nipped in the bud. And secondly, as you talk about state police.
So how do we actually go about
and to go about state police? One, the state governors should wake up. Okay. The National House of Assembly, they are playing politics. They are talking about PDP, APC, ABGA, but their people are dying and they are nourishing their pockets until they can be able to stand for the truth. And let us go. Look at all the commissioner of police in the South. Most of them are all Hausas.
They are all of them.
Most of them.
But they are all Nigerians.
They are all Nigerians, but they are all
Nigerians.
Let us just say they are all one particular tribe. So if a particular man is arrested and I can speak my language, let him go. Until he can be able to say the truth. Until he can be able to face the reality. Even a situation that happened here in Edo State, when power that be use talks to go and open the prisoners. And we know that those who are involved, police know about them. And today, Edo State is ungovernable because of a situation like that. But what's the cause? Like, I was privileged to know that even the governor went to control our prison. Give me the list of those escapees. They don't have record. Such a man had to go to Abuja to look for how can I get the list, and we have a controller here. What is he controlling? Let us first start the name as one Goletoto. We have to first Goletoto all these type of discrepancies, lapses, and people should be arrested. Like a man who shot somebody in America. The DPO was arrested, but can you arrest a DPO? Can you even arrest a sergeant? So that's what we are going. And a particular man was mentioned that he was contacting with these people who kidnapped the boys. And if the government knows Zakaria or whatever is involved, making connection, and they are now using a particular religion group to negotiate, and we fold our hands, and we are clapping, and the government is comfortable in Daura village. So what are you now talking about corruption? So any person that cannot stand for the truth is corrupt. It's not a matter of lying in your pocket with money or building houses. That's why the area, we should look for one state police. And how do we go about it? It starts from local government to the states. If the state assembly stand up and lobby them other states, if Edo State move to Ondo to lobby, Ondo move to Osun, Osun move to Anambra goes to whatever like that, and the South put a look at that and let us want to see the president, or move and see the Senate president or Bajabi Amila. That this is what we want. People will wake up, but we are suffering and we are laughing until we must be able to sacrifice. It is even most minister of God. We happened to Donata Goodluck. When some minister of God were using their plane to carry arms to start our money, but what happened to them? But today they have university crowd. Until we be able to have conscience. Conscience is God the man. We have no conscience. We have no other country. Until we have a national protest, everybody will go up. Minister of God, every traditional ruler, let everyone go out and protest that enough is enough. If we are not going to pet ourselves between butter and bread, until that thing will turn us and run our stomach, there will be no restroom to go and pee. That time is coming.
Thank you, sir. We'll come back to you, but like I said, the opinions canvassed here are the personal opinions of my guests and not of ITV. But they are very concerned about ensuring that Nigeria becomes a very, very peaceful country, a country where secured, where citizens can go about their legitimate businesses and activities without fear of molestation or harm. That's the concern of my guests. They should not be misunderstood. Okay, let's get the thought of Dr. Stanley. Now, Dr. Stanley, what do you think can be done? Because with the adoption of these boys, some parents may be scared to allow their children go to school. Mm-hmm. And what do you think should be done now to secure our schools and institutions?
And you have nobody to teach anymore.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Well, I think like what I used to say, in every problem there is always a solution.
Okay.
One of the things that, because if we looked at it, before I even provide the solution, boarding schools are what many parents prefer for their children, because it gets the students intact, well disciplined, one nurtured, and they are focused with their books. There is the time to go and read. There is the time for them to go and eat, the time to sleep. They map out time for everything.
Yeah.
So, having said that, the solution, so that parents can still have confidence in boarding schools. One, let there be security in the boarding schools. I will personally say that in each of the boarding schools, let even the Nigeria Civil Defense Security be there.
Okay, NSCDC.
NSCDC. They carry arms. They carry arms. Let them go there. At least deploy them there. They station them there they begin to have a rotational hours, duties that they are going to perform, not to go there 6 to 6, no. Because they can come anytime. Look at what happened in Delta State, where those kidnappers went there. It was during the daytime. So let them be there. So that they run a shift. If possible, give them their own mini station there.
Okay. Like a post.
A post. Let them be there. Then let there be a security alert. Just the way we have fire alert in most of the organization today. Security alert of maybe abductions, where people comes in, so that once the number comes in like that, the alarm raised automatically. You don't need to switch it on. If Nigeria wants to do it, they can do it. The money is there.
If that was an ideal situation.
Okay.
Nigeria is supposed to be an ideal country, sir.
Yes, just make your point.
So, what am I trying to say? Then, again, having said that, look at the way, then electrify the whole place. If there is power, there is no power outage, let there be a standby generator that can give them the light. If you put on all the lighting system around the school, anybody is coming, once you will know.
Circuit cameras is what I'm talking about. Okay.
Let there be a CCTV.
Circuit cameras. Okay.
All over the places. Let there even be a lighting system along the fence. If there is any bush around, let them clear them to open way, so that anybody coming from a distance, you know, you sight it.
Okay.
These are all the measures and ways you can check the security.
Okay.
So that parents can still have confidence. Because I will tell you, many parents today, they are losing interest in boarding schools based on what is happening now.
Thank you, Doctor. We'll come back to you. Tony Alile, I know that you have a different opinion.
Of course.
Yeah, this is a country. You must accept that on this program. This is a country, but a country faced with daunting challenges. Now, in your opinion, what do you think government should do to actually tackle insecurity?
First of all, let us be sincere
to
ourselves. See, let us, if we want to say there is a country, just like you rightly said,
yes,
there should be national consciousness. Nobody cares about Nigeria. That's the truth. Nobody. If you and I go past Edo State and enter Ondo State now, I'll call you my brother first before anybody. I said that is a Benin man.
Okay.
Not that is a Nigerian. It is the system they put out there, the ruling class, that believe that some of them are born to rule. The Reverend mentioned something about the state police. Do we have to be told that the present system of a central policing system is not working? It's not working. The other day, immediately after the NSARS protest, the governor of this state reached out to the commissioner of police and practically begged them to come out to the street. You know what the commissioner said? They are watching me right now. He said, until I get authorization from Abuja. Are we talking about security here, or we are talking about farmland? Until you get, assuming the IG is sleeping when these terrible incidents are taking place, we wait until we wake up from his sleep. That alone is enough for us to know that this central policing system is not working. You will bring a DPO from Zamfara to Ugoneki in Obe local government. Who knows nowhere beyond that his office to come and police. Is that not fraudulent? I see Nigerian police system as another part of Nigerian agency created to employ the disadvantaged from the northern part of the country. That That is it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Nothing else.
You are canvassing the issue of state police now. How should we go about
beyond state police?
Yes.
We even need local police.
How do we go about it?
How do we? Don't we have people from every state that are in the Nigerian police
system?
Not we have Bosnian system.
From beginning.
Bring all of those citizens. Bring all
communities,
yes.
the village,
Bring all of those citizens that are policemen. Bring them to Edo.
Okay.
Take Delta to Delta. Take Ondo to Ondo. If they are not enough, because definitely they are not enough, because of the balance in recruitment, we recruit more. So that the DPO in Igobazua will be a man from Ovia Southwest that understand where Igokeke is, that knows where Umaza is, not somebody from Zamfara to come and police Igobazua and Ekiadolo for me. That is fraudulent on his own as far as I'm concerned. It will not take a process. It doesn't need rocket scientists to tell us to put our home together. If the sleeping National Assembly wake up from their sleep and decided to do the right thing, if there is anything, any word like the right thing in this country, they should set the motion in process, amend the constitution to allow for state police. The other day, the president or somebody gave out instruction that local policing should be encouraged. Community police in all states. And those states did their own recruitment. They trained their people. They are out there without arms. As far as I'm concerned, we were just jeopardizing the lives of those people that were recently trained. You want to go to a gunfight with a knife, that person must be out of his mind. You train these young lads, put them out there, no arm, nothing. You want them to go and arrest a criminal. Does that make sense? What they are avoiding is the right of anyone to bear arms. If I want to borrow a key from what the Reverend said at the beginning, there is nothing wrong with everybody bearing arms so long as we can do verification and make sure you are not a criminal.
Yes.
Without a criminal record, you have the right to bear arms. Certain things I can't say here.
I understand.
I go about on the street, looking my left and my right. Do you know how many times I've been blocked by so-called criminals on the street? Because they know they are the only one that is armed. They know that this man is not armed. If we were in an ideal society, with the four of us seated here, there will be a minimum of 4 arms in our pocket. We respect each other. Back in the years when we were younger, in America when we were in school, doing many jobs, working at night, when you get off your job and you are going home, at the subway at night, that is where stake-up takes place, where they rob people. But what do? We don't jack our hand in it, just sit down and point like we have a gun. Because they know that it's possible to have it. They watch me. Yes, at first when we are going to start it, it's going to be rough. But once it's properly conditioned and monitored, I think what the best thing for us to be agitating for right now is the right for every citizen, every legal citizen of this country without criminal record to bear arms.
Okay.
When you have, and I have, we respect each other. But the idea of supporting a certain section of the country to go about, there was this crazy incident at what they call it, near Groviobo, on the one there, in the one there local government recently, where the bandits came and kidnapped over 30 people, took them to the bush. They feel your skin just like you're looking good. If they see somebody like your skin, you're a big man already, they're going to take you into the bush. But when the vigilantes came out, we listened to their interview. They pleaded, sir, these people don't have 2 heads. The only thing they have against us is they have AK-47. And us will send them out of our bush. Is that too hard to ask for?
Okay.
Is that too difficult for us to ask for?
Tony Alile, we'll come back to you. You've made the points. Like I have said, my guests are very emotional today because they want a better society. But something happened today. Only yesterday, President Muhammadu Buhari approved the opening of 4 land borders. And today, with immediate effect, today it was implemented. Seme-Border, the residents around Seme-Border jubilated today. Let's just see what happened at Seme-Border this morning. Jubilation, the PD should allow us to see that jubilation again. Residents around Seme-Border, they were actually excited, they were happy that the border has been opened. Now, the essence of this clip, of this footage, is just to remind us that actually the border was closed because the federal government made frantic effort to actually prevent the smuggling of arms and drugs, illegal drugs, into the country. It was a strategy to actually improve security. So, did this strategy work?
No.
Let's start with Reverend Luadebigwe. Yes.
It's not working.
Okay.
And it will not work.
Okay.
They are going to jubilate about this. Those are just celebrate. Find out they are not Nigerians. They are the same people. That the opportunity has come for them to do their smuggling business, and they have many corrupt Nigerians to pass them through to Lagos. And why are they jubilating? Is that the only border that was open?
Good.
There are many borders in this country. Only this border and that of Ogun that was closed. Is that no border in which man now escaped with his son? That border was never closed. It has been open, and that
it could be illegal.
No, all the northern borders.
It could be illegal.
Quote me. And before now, most of the northern borders have been open.
Of course.
And by now escape to the next country through that border without fanfare. So opening the border from the south is not a news, and there's nothing to write about. What we need, number one, is not opening or closing border. We need intelligent policing. If we like, give everybody one, each of us, which I agree that we should carry arms. So if we carry the first to live alive, that's what you've watched that film those days. The first to live alive, first to fight. If you have gun and you have gun, if you are faster than me, well,
Like so be.
well, so be it. But we need what we call, where are the SSS? Where are the NIA or whatever you call them? Where are they? We don't have them. And they are out at Abuja, they are at the national headquarters with their past big stomach.
So it's intelligence policing you are talking
when
about.
you have intelligent policing, before Buhari got to his where he was embarrassed, so he might have gotten intelligent report. Please don't come. But the type of intelligent report we have is to prevent governor. Please don't allow somebody to come to you. Don't shake hands with that man. It is lie, just to put their purpose. But people are dying. If you have really SSS, you have SIB, you have intelligent reporting police who go underground. Some will pretend to be mad. So many things in those days, and they will get fact and figure. We don't have intelligent police. Police begin to ask, spend money, not to go to rural area, how they can block roads and many other things. We are intelligent army. Where are they? The head of army was accused of having houses in Dubai. Till today, no probe. If you have intelligent policing and intelligent army giving things information, all this nonsense will not happen. But if you like give everybody AK-4010 to go ahead without intelligence reporting, without intelligent investigation, we will not get anywhere. Everybody want to. If everybody has to be a pastor in the church, who will say Amen? So everybody has to be at alert, and this community policing, God bless Arase. Solomon Arase brought that system, and the former inspector general of police is one of the best IG Nigeria has ever produced. Why can't they give him a consultancy to do this work? But as far as he cannot speak another language, they will not put the right plug in the right hole. What is giving us is putting a right peg in the right. You put the Minister of Petroleum, who has nothing to do, he has no intelligence about that. He's from part of the country. You just another person will do the work and somebody will be signing. Until we know the truth and we too want to vote. Tell me, I will not be surprised in the next election 2023 might now want to be governor of his state because he has arrived. Until we can be able to put people, allow some people to have been caught. Our court is not even helping issue. Some people have been, a court case has been reversed after a man has been sentenced. Then appeal court reverse it. Where are we going? In a state, in a country where we have two injunctions from different courts, from the same court. So until we things is a lame man carry load on his head. And they say, oh, lame man, your load cough. He said, no, we are just looking at up, we don't look at down. You see, because the load started that coughing from ground. The nation have been doomed because of favoritism. Our brother, according to what he has said, unless we remove brotherlism, I've been in a door for many years. All my children grew up here, they went to school here, if they want to work, they will not say, well,
local government of origin.
Local government of origin. Can I now go and where I came from to go and look for local government? Even when you are from Rwanda, they will not take you as from Benin. Until we remove that stupid idea, that ungodly idea, and face the truth with all these big men. Thank God. And Operation Head start, and so some people are now hiding their cars. So sometimes too, the rich also cry. And that's what is happening. But we continue to cry until we know how to amend ourselves, say the truth. Lecturers are outside there. How do you now want to ask him if it's right I will give it to him? The politicians who is a councillor receive salary more than a professor in a country where we are. So unless all these things are amended, and let all these things, this National Assembly, what do you call them? They are nonsense assembly because they are not focusing, they are not saying the truth. And that's to we are some people go on network news. You see some of the senators sleeping. Apart from already a few that you hear their name, and that vote, and that's the end. So please, the Nigeria in the next election, we should vote for it. It's our fault too, because we have taken bread, taken salt. Only this last election, people disappointed with their money. Unless we have that policy, then we will not move anywhere.
Thank you very much.
So for security purpose, intelligent policing,
okay,
both in the army, in the navy, and others.
Intelligence policing.
Yes, when we introduce intelligent policing, we know what is going on.
Thank you.
And who are the armed robbers? They are in the house of a landlord. They are in the street. But the moment you call police,
thank you.
Let's just talk so far.
Okay, Dr. Edovo. Now, we actually brought in the issue of that land border because it was a strategy by the federal government to actually curtail banditry, illegal proliferation of arms, small arms, illegal drugs into the country. Now, that decision has been reviewed, and the border has been
you will continue.
Okay.
The arms ceased 2 years ago. I think only this year or last year. No, where is the ammunition? Where is the person arrested?
And those are security issues that we don't have privilege
we
for.
have to know. Because if we hide the truth, we continue to have more problem. Such a man exposed, and this is man who imported this social, he has been arrested, he's in social court, we don't want to know. When they now jail him, let us know.
Thank you.
I don't say they will not go to stretcher.
Okay.
Thank you very much. You see, to start with, there was no need for those closures of borders.
Okay.
It was for their own selfish reasons or their gains.
That's right.
If you say you close a border because you don't allow illegal arms, drugs, name them. But I will tell you authoritatively that it is when the Nigeria border is closed that we have more arms in this country.
Okay.
Carry out the statistics. It is when August last year, till date, look at the arms that are flowing. in the country.
So it was a good decision to have reviewed that.
In fact,
closure.
there was no need.
Okay.
The closure of the border was to suffer the Nigerians.